Something absolutely wild just happened. Take a look at this. Your first 5K club is on school. It's my membership. And 6 days ago, I made the announcement that it's absolutely free to join. And something went absolutely crazy. Look how many members there are. 5.1 thousand members. When I made that announcement 6 days ago, there were 2.5 thousand members, which is a lot of members. But it took from April until December to get that many members. I made this announcement and look, we doubled in size in less than a week. And I wanted to talk to you about why I think this is happening and how it's going to affect you. Well, it's going to affect you in two major ways. The first way is if you go to the link below in the description or pinned comment, you can join right now for free and join us in this membership. And that's really awesome. And I think it'll be extremely helpful to you. And you see people are posting their wins from December. Look how many 136 comments in the last 7 hours alone. People are really betting on themselves, really excited about what they're doing. Awesome. Another way it's going to help you, though, even more specifically, is with this $100 offer 5-day challenge that everybody has been raving about inside of your first 5K. And even before I did the free version, this was the most popular part of the membership. And you know why it was popular? Because it worked for so many people. Now, I can't guarantee you that it will work for you because it cannot make any guarantees like that. But I can tell you it has worked for hundreds of our members already. And there are thousands of members currently taking it. And what we go over in this $100 offer helps you find your $100 offer on your road to making $5,000. So there are these steps that we take. You're going to be able to take this for free. You can get into it. But before you do that, I'll tell you. So the main thing that I'm teaching, and this is over several people, and this, you saw this. Okay. So this showed up because someone upgraded to another part of the membership, which is a whole nother story. But if you look here, $100 offer day one, what is your offer? So if you, there's these different steps that I teach in depth here. And when we talk about our offer, a lot of times people are like, they don't know exactly what to sell. If you don't know what to sell or you've ever had trouble with that, let me know in the comments right now. And also take notes because I'm going to walk you through this, okay? And I'm going to work off of my notes here too. So you work on your offer first in this case, and it doesn't have to be like the offer you're going to have for the rest of your life because this is just to kind of get points on board. That's how I think about it. Get that muscle working. So you're going to think of an offer. And what's really cool about this challenge is that if you go here, scroll down, and what we talk about during this whole first day of the challenge, it's an hour and 24 minutes is I actually just give you the custom GPT to create your offer, to tell you exactly what your offer is. And it's not just like a sentence you put in Chat GPT and then it tells you some generic thing. It's extremely detailed and customized to you. And people over and over and over again comment about how much it's helped them. Okay. So the offer though, if you think about what you could offer. And tell me if you already heard this before, but this is something I always know that everybody, like people are finding my videos for the first time. So whether you've heard this or not, I think it'll help you today to go over this. You want to look at your lab framework, LABE. Does it help anybody else to write down when you're talking? It helps me to write when I talk. So you want to do your lab framework. And lab stands for learned, applied, benefited. Something that you have learned either recently or in the past. You then applied it to yourself or to someone else, like you did it. It worked, it did it. You did it. And then you benefited from it. So not something that didn't help you, but something that did benefit you. That's really the foundation of finding your offer. And when you join your first 5K, I would beeline it to that $100 5-day challenge in the classroom and just take day one because not only do you have my training, but you have the actual access to the very, very valuable GPT. And I mean, I would say it's probably like 80 to 90% of people who take it come out of that first day with an offer. It's mind blowing. So you're going to have your offer, and let's just put a like a placeholder there. And let's say you don't come up with an offer or you want other options. You can get my prompt shop in a box, which I'll link to in the description. And that just gives you prompts, AI prompts that you can sell, just like I sell them. So I've sold thousands of AI prompts to people who want convenience and they also want very high quality outputs. So I put them all together, all of my best-selling prompts in one location where you can sell them one at a time in packs and bundles, or you can make your own. And I have a whole system there. So you can check that out in Prompt Shop in a Box. It's like right now, other than your first 5K now, is my most popular, definitely my most popular paid product right now because it's just like unbelievable how I just hand it to you. So you have your offer. And whether you have it right now or not, don't worry about not having it now because you will when you go into your first 5K. I just hand it to you. And then the next thing you're going to think about is, of course, traffic. If if people don't see your offer, then what is good is your offer? Like it's not you're not going to be able to sell it, right? And you might say, well, I have my offer, or I know that I need one, and I know I need people to see it, but where do I send them? Like where am I telling people to go to? Do I have to set up a website? Do I have to like learn all this stuff? Do I have to like pay somebody to make a site for me? No, you really don't. What I use is Stan. I use School as well. So School is where your first 5K is on, and you can do a lot of things where you kind of have different things for sale. But the simplest, in my opinion, is to start with Stan when it comes to just selling digital products. Nothing physical or any events yet, but like digital products, like the prompts or a course, like a video course or a template, PDFs, things like that. And I'm even working with someone right now where I'm showing her how to make voiceovers, like voice recordings for people, both generic and customized. So very cool. So whatever your offer ends up being, and your offer could also be like a one-on-one call. Your offer could be a webinar. This $100 offer. But you're gonna we need a place to put them so you can do that all on Stan. And if you look in the link in the description, I have Stan OS, which is my latest product that teaches you step by step how to use Stan, how to grow on Stan, how to monetize Stan. But it also gives you a dashboard that takes care of everything, like all of your let's see, it takes care of, I don't have to look it up. I know it. It takes care of your, like, it writes your bio for you. It writes all of your copy for your sales page on, like, for your products on Stan. It writes all of your email nurture sequence. It helps build out your offer, not just come up with the idea for it, but build it now that you have it. So it'll actually build your offer with you. It helps you build lead magnets, which are really, really great to set up on Stan. So it's just like this perfect complement to the 5-day challenge because it's everything you need when you're starting this. Like you're going to learn in the 5-day challenge how to make an offer, what an offer is. Then Stan helps you, like Prompt Shop in a Box helps you, like gives you the offer if you want. And then Stan is like the vending machine where you sell it. And then you're going to think about that traffic. And traffic is I guess between offer and traffic, they usually, I hear both are like the toughest parts. Like, I don't know what to sell, or I don't know if I could ever sell. And then there's just, I don't know how to get people to see it. And I guess traffic beats that. So traffic is like the number one thing people ask me about. Say the word traffic in the comments if that's your biggest roadblock, is like actually getting people to see your offer. Now, some people have traffic, but you always could use more. So you may have already made thousands of dollars online, but it would be great to get more traffic. Like I love traffic. So there are four main types of traffic, and you might want to write this down. There are a lot of subsets of traffic, but there are four main that we focus on inside of your first 5K. So the four main ones, and this is actually not in the uh, the 5 day challenge because this is a little bit more advanced, but I'm just telling you now. The four types are warm outreach, which is like you reach out to people you already know, past clients, people you work with, people you have met before. They're in your contacts, you know them well enough to DM them or text them. The second type is cold outreach. And that's where you don't know them, but you slide into their DMs or you leave comments in different places. So it could be on Reddit or it could be on Substack or YouTube or school or Facebook, etc. Or Instagram, where you're seeing that they have a problem and you have a solution. Your offer is the solution. So you're like writing, if you do it well, you're writing helpful responses and then breaking the ice with them because it is cold. And sometimes it also means sending out mass emails, automated and different things, but there's that cold versus warm, if that makes sense. And then the next type is paid ads and promo. So you can pay Meta, Facebook, YouTube, Google, you can pay to have your ads shown. You can also boost your content. Now, when you boost, it's much easier to do because you don't have to do all this, like, know so much about making ads. But it's also a big risk because you don't know who those ads are really targeting or getting in front of. I've seen it work a little bit for sure, but if you do the ads one, you want to know how to do ads, how to run ads. So you want to do more research. YouTube is a great place to research it. Um, and let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make a video about ads because I can help you there too. And then the fourth type is my favorite, which is content slash organic, meaning like right now what you're watching. So you're watching this. I'm on YouTube. The reason I'm on YouTube is for a few reasons. One is I really love teaching and sharing the information that I've been able to procure over the past few years after being homeless for most of my life and now knowing how to make money. I really like passing that information on, and I like that it's free for people. Another reason, though, is that it does get monetized. So yes, YouTube pays me a little bit, which is awesome. I love that. I'd rather get paid to promote than pay somebody to promote. But there's going to be people like, depending on how many people watch this video, there are going to be a small percentage of people who go to Prompt Shop in a Box, who go to StanOS, and they spend money because they heard about it in this video. So I do these almost every single day because I know every single day at least a few thousand people are learning about me because that's what the stats tell me that in my YouTube dashboard. But then I know at least a few people are going to pay me to get more access to more information or just to something done for them or something that happened faster. So for instance, you can take the 5 day challenge, which is only 5 days, so it's really fast, and it'll help you make your first 100 and then make more. And people, again, people have made multiple thousands. Again, no guarantees, but they have already. And you can do that, but it doesn't give you all the stuff I mentioned in Stan OS. It doesn't give you like all of the copy and everything that you need and like all the stuff written for you, but Stan OS does. So some people are going to be like, huh, let me just save some time. I'll take the challenge, but I also just want to have the Stan stuff already so I can just start faster and potentially make money faster. It's just like the premise. Some people are going to say, oh, I like the 5 day challenge has helped so many people. This offer maker is incredible. It's free. Wonderful. It would be kind of cool to also add 2 or 3 prompts in my stand store. And if I can sell 5 of them for 20 bucks, 5 packs for $20, that pays back what it costs to join stand store, depending on when you're seeing this. So people do this every single day. It's not a guess. Every single day. I make probably an average of $1,500 a day on Stan alone right now. And that number is growing. So I don't know what it's going to be in a few months, but right now, 1,500 a day. That's what most people make in a month or a couple of weeks. And I make that from one platform on Stan with a couple of digital products because I figured out traffic. It's like the biggest unlock ever is I figured out traffic. The traffic takes them to a very specific type of landing page on Stan that is super easy to understand and go through and even has like upsells and different things that add to that cart value. And at the end of the day, I check it every day. End of the day, oop, made 1400. Oop, made 1700. So then I also teach you in that 5 day challenge, what if you have zero audience at all? I teach you about warm outreach, cold outreach, paid ads, and organic. But so there's 2 days kind of dedicated to traffic in different ways because it's so important. And then sales, like, okay, I got the attention. Now people are on my stand or on my school or wherever they are, PayPal link, whatever I sent them. How do I get them to actually buy? Well, how do I convert that? And that's when you get into copywriting. The words you say on the page make so much of a difference. You get into design, you get into what should be stacked and how it should be stacked. Because most people, you may or may not know this, but most people will not scroll down. Most people are only going to see that first part at the top of any given page. So you have to put your best stuff up here. And the lower you go, the more you're trying to myth bust. The more you're trying to take away what somebody's like guess what somebody's question and feedback and pushback would be as you go lower and lower. Because if somebody is willing to scroll, that means they are interested. And they're more interested and they need more convincing. So it's an interesting combination. They're interested, but they need more convincing. So you're going to continue down the page with more and more logic. Up here is emotion and flash. And the lower you go on the page, the more logic and actual information you're putting. That's why it's a good idea to have testimonials pretty early on in the game. I'll show you what I mean because like everything I teach you, I try to do it myself. So I'll give you an example. This is kind of like a uh, mini challenge here, but this I'll give you an example here. So I was talking about my prompt shop, right? So if you go to my landing page for prompt shop, it just gives you this big headline, fast, boom. Even if you're a beginner, launch your prompt-based AI business in 7 days, even if you're a beginner. It's just like boom, no coding, no tech, no headaches, just ready to sell, plug and play. A system that actually works. Then there's a video. This is called a VSL, video sales letter. Let me know in the comments if you knew what a VSL was before this video, or if this just taught you something. And mine's 4 minutes long. It teaches you all about prompts. Again, I'll have that link below if you want to watch that. And then immediately, what a lot of people do not do is they usually try to put their button lower so that it's like not as salesy. But the problem is what I just told you is that people usually are not going to scroll. So I actually don't have this page open as wide as normal, but usually you see it kind of almost in this before you scroll. So you can click and you can go right to my stand store and buy it right there. Boom, boom, just buy it. So then if you stay on, I have more pop, like more things that are like, whoa, what is that? Okay, that's actually made by a customer. That's pretty awesome. What is that? Cool. And then there's more, and then I'm going to have more testimonials and just hammer you with testimonials because I want you to see that this really works. And actually, I need to update this because there's been even more and more updates. But you see how many testimonials I have before I have all the stuff that the features and everything that's in it. I make it really simple. Hey, this is how it works, you know, really simple. And then I tell you why this is a good market. I keep going. I keep talking about the opportunity. And you see how it just keeps going, right? I can make it even 2 times as long, and some people would still watch that. But if I did, I need to continue with more and more information now. So what I did, one of the things I did is in the prompt shop, I have a prompt in there where you can rebuild that sales page I just gave you, I just showed you, for your own thing. It's actually kind of funny the way I have it in there, if I can bring it up fast enough here. Okay, so I did it, but I did it with an aquarium company, just like a made up aquarium company. So in the prompt shop, see if I find it. Yeah. So if you get into the prompt shop, you get access to all of this. And one of the things you get access to is this ultimate sales page replicator. And see, trusted by aquarium enthusiasts across the country. It's like I remade the prompt, which you get here, and you can get it for yourself, open this, download it, copy it, paste it into Lovable, paste it into a place that makes websites like Lovable, and I teach you how to do that. Or you can just resell it. You can just resell this whole thing right here. Sell this for 20 bucks, $50, $100, $7. Like you can resell it. And that's just one of all of these ones. So the sales page itself needs to do work. But I have to tell you something that is really important. Before somebody even sees your sales page, the best position you can be in is if they already trust you and they already are a yes, before they even see where to go get the sales. So where does that come in? It goes back to traffic. It goes back to how you talk to them and what you said to them, what they saw before they clicked to go look at your sales page. Great example again, this video. If you're still watching this, you are engaged. You are my target audience. And you have more information for the last 20 minutes or so with me about the different things that I offer. So one of them may have caught your attention. Prompt Shop in a Box, Stan OS, Your First 5K. Before you even go to those pages now, you already have some incentive. You're like, I want to, I guess initiative is a better word. Like I want to get that. And now it's just up to me to just drive it home. So for you, when you bring people to your sales page, when you bring people to your stand or to your school about page or to any website you have made, you want to reinforce what they already believe and you want to really nurture them and get them ready to buy. So sometimes that's just a really great video. Sometimes it's a really great, DM sequence where you've talked to them, you prep them, but that will help you with conversion more than almost anything. Another thing about conversion is that the like Stan itself, because I just won their contest out of 4,000 plus people, I won. I was number three and top 10 wins. So I'm going to go to New York and I get all this stuff and it's really cool. One of the things they said in one of our meetings, virtual meetings, was that the number one indicator of how much somebody's going to make on Stan, which again, I'm one of the top three people who drive revenue on Stan. One of the biggest indicators was how many people you could get to see the page. It wasn't like your pricing, it wasn't the name, which you called your offer, or even what you offered, to be honest. It was how many people per day can you get to your page. So then that's where traffic becomes so important and having something repeatable. So then the last thing we talk about in your first 5Ks, the free 5-day challenge you get, we go in depth and you get tools and everything, is that automation that then needs to happen. After you've seen it work, you have offer traffic to sales, and you have a landing page for everything. How do you put that on autopilot where it's continuing to bring you money from something you did before? And if you were to put another piece, another asset in another video, for instance, it would work so well because it's just a well-oiled machine now, or a flywheel is how I put it. How could you do that? And some of it has to do with upsells, some of it has to do with your email nurture sequence, which is like the biggest thing. It's like such a game changer, your email nurture after someone has paid or someone has taken your lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, definitely join Stan OS. I help you build it, but just join your first 5K because we talk about lead magnets in there too. So that's what you need. It is not a complicated system. It just takes a little bit of devotion and time and effort. But what you can do pretty quickly within a few weeks is set yourself up for rinse and repeat. That is why I'm able to make $1,500 on average on staying alone, why I've made six figures, meaning hundreds of thousands of dollars on school, why YouTube I get paid between 5 and 12,000 a month just to post and then, send it other ways, other places. Why I have 5,000 members in my membership because so many other people are doing well in it. It's just, it all works together. I hope this has helped you, helped you think of something in a little different way, and I'll see you soon.